There will be nights when your pillow is the only one that hears your pain, when your dreams feel so far you can't even remember why you started. You'll sit alone, broke, exhausted, body aching, soul screaming. And that's when life asks you one question. Do you still want it, or were you just pretending? This is the part no one shows, the silent war inside your mind. You'll cry in silence, grind in darkness, and bleed ambition into the bones of every failure. No one's coming, no hero, no miracle. It's you versus everything. And still, you rise. Still, you crawl, you fight, you push through the mud of poverty, through betrayal, through exhaustion that feels eternal. You eat those rejections, bury those doubts, and tell the pain, not today. You're building something no one else can see, and maybe they'll laugh now, but they'll regret doubting you when it's too late. This is the cost. This is the test. You win when you refuse to quit. There's a reason discomfort feels like war inside your chest. It's not supposed to feel good. It's supposed to challenge you, expose your weaknesses, and force you to evolve. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your training ground. Most people run from it. They seek comfort, ease, pleasure, and safety. That's why they stay average. That's why they never grow. But the few, the hungry, the obsessed, they understand a truth most will never accept. Everything you want lives on the other side of discomfort. When you wake up tired, broke, and alone, and you still choose to show up, that's when you're sharpening the blade. When your body screams to quit, but your mind refuses to give in, that's where champions are built. You don't become stronger by avoiding pain. You become stronger by pushing through it. Discomfort is like fire. It burns, it hurts, but it forges steel. And if you want to be unbreakable, you've got to stand in that fire. You've got to let it shape you. You think success comes from motivation? It doesn't. It comes from consistency when you're unmotivated. It comes from showing up to the gym when your body says sleep. It comes from staying up to work on your dreams when your eyes are red and your bank account is empty. Discomfort is the cost. And if you want to be great, you must learn to not only pay that price, but love paying it. Because when you feel that pain, when you feel that struggle, that's how you know you're on the path. That's how you know you're doing what others won't. Most people will never taste true greatness, not because they're incapable, but because they choose to stay comfortable. They choose the soft life. They choose distraction over discipline. But not you. You're different. You feel the pain and keep going. You feel the fear and move forward anyway. That discomfort you're feeling, that's your edge. That's your invitation to level up. When you get rejected, betrayed, laughed at, good. That's life testing your heart. When the plan falls apart and no one believes in you, perfect. That's life asking, do you believe in yourself? When you're running on empty, no food in the fridge, bills stacking up, friends disappearing, beautiful. That's your classroom. That's where real growth happens. Not in sunshine and celebration, but in chaos and grind. That's where you build your mindset. That's where you build the savage who doesn't flinch when life throws punches. Comfort will lie to you. It will whisper, take it easy, rest a little longer, skip today, you've done enough. Discomfort tells the truth. It says, you want this? Then prove it. It won't coddle you. It won't care about your excuses. It will demand more from you every single day. And that's exactly why you need it. Because it's only in those moments when everything in you wants to quit that you realize who you really are. Understand this. Every version of you that you dream of becoming is already inside you. It's not out there somewhere. It's within you right now, waiting to be forged in discomfort. That strength, that discipline, that greatness, it's unlocked through struggle. You just have to earn it. Day by day, fight by fight, sacrifice by sacrifice. So the next time you're tired, hurting, doubting yourself, don't run. Lean in. Welcome the pain. Laugh at the fatigue. Smile through the adversity. Because you're not here to be comfortable. You're here to be legendary. And legends are made in discomfort. They're made in the dark. They're made in silence with blood, sweat, and tears. And when it's all said and done, the world will look at your success and say, how did they do it? But you'll know. You'll know it's built through every moment of pain you refuse to surrender to. Loneliness. It's one of the most feared states of being in this world. People run from it. Distract themselves with noise, parties, relationships, screens, anything to avoid sitting alone in silence with their own thoughts. But what if I told you loneliness isn't your enemy? What if I told you that the very thing you've been running from is the key to becoming unstoppable? Loneliness sharpens your mind. It doesn't break you. It reveals you. When the crowd disappears and the fake friends fade, you're left with the raw, unfiltered version of yourself. No masks, no distractions, just you and the mirror. And that's where power begins. That's where clarity is born. Because in the silence, you're finally forced to confront your thoughts, your fears, your regrets, and your potential. You see, the real scoreboard of your life, no lies, no sugarcoating, just truth. And truth, as brutal as it may be, is the beginning of transformation. You see, most people fear loneliness because they've never trained their mind to be self-reliant. They're addicted to validation, addicted to approval, addicted to noise. They measure their worth by how many people are around them or how many followers they have. But when you're truly alone, that all gets stripped away. Loneliness doesn't care how popular you are. It doesn't care how much money you make or how many people like your posts. It only asks one question. Can you be enough for yourself? And if you can find strength in your own company, you become dangerous. Because now you no longer need the world to clap for you before you act. You no longer seek permission. You no longer fold under pressure or doubt yourself because you've already battled your demons in the dark. You've already had the hard conversations with your soul. You've already faced the chaos and found calm within it. This kind of strength isn't built in a room full of people. It's built when no one is watching. It's built at 2 a.m. when your mind is loud and the world is quiet. It's built in the stillness where most people tap out. But you lean in. You understand that loneliness is the gym where mental giants are made. It's the forge that burns away your weaknesses and exposes your core. And if you can survive that fire, you emerge sharper, colder, more focused than ever before. Most of the greatest minds in history, visionaries, leaders, creators, spent long seasons in solitude, not because they wanted to be isolated, but because they understood that solitude is sacred. It's the breeding ground for vision, the birthplace of ideas, the training ground for self-mastery. When you're alone, you can think without interruption. You can plan without opinion. You can feel deeply without judgment. You become a master of your mind, not a slave to the noise around you. And let me be clear. There's a difference between being lonely and being alone. Loneliness feels empty when you don't understand its purpose. But when you reframe it, when you use it, being alone becomes a weapon, a tool, a strategy. You start to look forward to it because you know that when everyone else is distracted, you're leveling up. And when they're out wasting time, you're getting sharper. When they're crying about who didn't text back, you're building a vision they'll eventually want to be part of. You don't need more friends. You need more discipline. You don't need another social event. You need more late nights working on your purpose. Because eventually, if you do this right, your loneliness won't feel like isolation anymore. It'll feel like power. The kind of power that doesn't beg to be seen. The kind of power that walks into a room and changes it without saying a word. So next time you feel alone, don't scroll. Don't distract. Don't escape. Sit with it, listen, learn, let it sharpen your thoughts like a blade. Let it make you uncomfortable. Let it challenge you to be enough without applause, because once you conquer your loneliness, there's not a damn thing in this world that can shake you. You become your own army, your own validation, your own source of focus, energy, and drive. Loneliness isn't punishment. It's preparation. And if you use it right, it becomes the greatest gift you've ever been given. Being broke hurts. It burns deep. It makes you question your worth, your future, your very place in this world. When your pockets are empty and your dreams feel too far to touch, you feel invisible. You watch others win while you fight just to survive. People treat you different when you're broke. They talk down to you, overlook you, doubt you. You walk into rooms and feel small, not because you lack value, but because the world often measures you by what you have, not who you are. But let me tell you something that most people will never understand. Being broke is temporary. It's a phase, a challenge, a moment in time. But staying weak, that's a choice. That's on you. You weren't born weak. You weren't born to just get by, to just exist. Somewhere along the way, life hit you, and maybe you forgot. Maybe you started believing the lie that your situation defines you. But that's a trap. Being broke is not your identity. It's a test. It's the fire meant to awaken something deeper in you, something unshakable. The hunger, the obsession, the drive to rise when everything around you says stay down. Weakness doesn't come from lack of money. Weakness comes from lack of fight. It comes from giving up when things get hard. It comes from blaming the world instead of changing yourself. You can be flat broke with nothing but ambition in your chest and still be stronger than someone with $1 million in their bank who's lost all fire. Strength is not about what's in your wallet. It's about what's in your heart. You have to decide right now. Do you let your current circumstances break you, or do you let them build you? Because every second you waste complaining, making excuses, waiting for someone to save you, that's a second someone else is using to build, to learn, to grow. No one's coming, and that's not a tragedy. That's freedom. That means you get to write your own comeback story. That means you don't have to wait for permission to change your life. You're broke? Good. Now you're dangerous. Now you've got nothing to lose. Now you've got every reason to fight like hell, to train harder, to outwork everyone, to study when others are sleeping, to hustle when they relax. That pressure on your chest, that pain in your gut, that's the fuel. Use it. Channel it. Let it turn you into something the world can't ignore. Weakness says, I can't. Strength says, I will. Even if it takes years, even if no one believes, even if I fail 1,000 times, I will. And that mindset doesn't require money. It requires grit. It requires a refusal to stay on your knees. Most people never make it, not because they're not talented, but because they quit when it got hard. They stayed weak. They chose comfort over growth. They chose blame over responsibility. But you're not like most people. You want more? Then earn it. Even if it's slow. Even if no one claps for you, even if your bank account is embarrassing, even if you've got to sacrifice every distraction, every comfort, every easy road, do it. Because one day, when you finally break through, when you've built something with your own blood, sweat, and sleepless nights, you'll be unshakable. Not just because of what you've earned, but because of who you became in the process. You're not stuck, you're in the grind. You're not poor, you're becoming powerful. The struggle isn't there to destroy you, it's there to develop you. And every moment you stay disciplined, every time you rise after falling, every time you choose growth over excuses, you become stronger. You rise above weakness, you rise above your past, you rise above every voice that said you'd never make it. So stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop hiding from the pain. Start building. Start showing the world what happens when a broke warrior refuses to stay weak. Because once you've decided that you're done making excuses, once you've accepted that strength is your only option, nothing can stop you. Not your bank account, not your failures, not your past. You'll become a force. And that's when you'll realize being broke was never your problem. Choosing to stay weak was. So now ask yourself, will you stay down or will you rise? Being broke is painful, yes, but it's also a gift. It strips away the illusions. It shows you what you're really made of. You can either let it crush you or let it carve you into something greater. This version of you, the one reading this, has already survived so much. Don't let weakness win now. Don't let your current situation define your future. You don't need sympathy, you need discipline. You don't need luck, you need obsession. And if you've got that fire in your chest, that voice screaming, I will not be broken, then that's all you need. You will struggle, you will fall, but you will rise again stronger and sharper than before because your story isn't over. It's just beginning. And when you finally make it, and you will, they'll ask how you did it. And you'll smile and say, I was broke, but I was never weak. So stand up, wipe the doubt off your face. The fight begins now. No more pity, no more excuses. It's you versus you. And the stronger version is waiting on the other side of pain. Go take what's yours.